Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everybody. This is the Ken Frederick podcast, the inaugural episode. Don's already laughing. Today is
10 seconds of this without him laughing.
Nope. It's February 4th. It's the first episode.
2016.
2016. You've heard them already, but I'll introduce you to the rest of the guys on the podcast. Coffee McCoff, the talent here. Don Biordi.
I can. Can you hear me? Do I need to be closer?
I got it.
All right. And then we have the producer, Justin the Cheese.
Hey, how you doing?
I like his. Do you like his producer?
Hey, yeah, it's a very
I really
producer
enjoy
voice.
that.
It'll be great whenever he starts reviewing movies that we have no idea.
Let me just apologize that I'm eating Twinkies
and playing with water
and
bottles.
drinking water, making a lot of
The sound
noise.
quality on this is going to be awful.
We're gonna throw that down there so don't.
You need
bother.
a notebook too. We all have things to
Yeah,
do.
I don't have anything in front of my hands because I'm just here for pure.
You're just
entertainment.
talent. You're
Yeah,
not.
That's right. I don't do anything.
You're not named. The podcast isn't named after you.
No,
You're just a
It's not.
talent.
I'm just here for fun.
Well, then let's just kick that off into let's tell a little bit about each other. So this is the first episode. This is to get to know everybody.
I want to know more about Ken Frederick and why this is his show.
You guys all voted for my name to be the title of the
We
show.
did. This is true.
This was something that I did not elect. You two said that since I've done a podcast before, a very short-lived and no one cared about podcast that
And
8
what was
people
that
listened.
podcast called? Never mind. We don't want to give him any.
No,
credit.
well, I mean, if you want to go back and listen, because they still do it. It was the New Dimension Comics presents the Toddcast. I was a part of it for a while with John Angle. I think I did it for like a year and a half, and then
I actually guest starred on one of those ones.
Yep,
We talked about Iron Man 3 and how bad it was.
that was horrible.
We hated
Then,
it.
then you did too, because I'm pretty sure you were on the Superman one too, because I actually listened to that.
Was I on that one?
Superman. We might have.
I might have been on that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Because Todd was there for one.
I think it was the Superman one.
Yeah.
So we've done a couple podcasts that 8 people listen to. So if we could, we're not even gonna get that many on this one, but we'll try. We'll see what happens.
I have a lot of
I'm
family.
hoping if we have 4 people, that'll be a good success rate.
So that's Mindy, Logan,
Logan.
Justin. Who's the 2 people you're
Justin
bringing?
will listen to it twice.
Yeah, there we go.
No, my mom wants to listen to this, so this should be interesting.
Your mom, does Gandalf get reception? Does he get podcasts on his white staff?
I don't think so.
We
Okay.
never met the Cheese's mom, so
No.
I don't know what to call her. We'll just call her the Cheese Mom,
She's his mom.
the mother of cheese.
Can we call her Wisconsin? Because that's the
Wisconsin.
birthplace of cheese.
Her name is Wisconsin. And your dad is Gandalf.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there we go. We have the listener base. So I figured we'd talk about each other. I'll go first.
Tell them what you do, Ken.
So I manage a comic book store in Western
Don't say the
Pennsylvania.
name.
I'm not saying the name. We've already gave them too much. This is about me, and this isn't just a little bit about the podcast.
I'll
too.
give you a hint. It's not eyes. And that's all you get.
That's all you get. So I used to do a strictly comic book based podcast, and I decided that I want to do a podcast again with these guys. And I didn't want to just be comic book based. We're into so much more and other stuff.
But there'll be no politics.
There'll be no politics, no religion, but everything else is, and no swearing. And did we agree on no swearing?
Sometimes I can't control myself, so there might
We're
be
going to try and keep it to a minimum.
there might be a
Alright, so-
stray F word in there once in a
So
while.
if that's an issue, just censor yourself.
But
If you're-
since Justin is a producer, he may be able to bleep that out.
I gotta say, this will be the first podcast I've ever been on that they've went back and edited. Usually, we just shot it in one take and said, "Hey, here you go. You're gonna listen to it." So, but we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff on this podcast. Comic books and pop culture is gonna be huge. We know we're gonna talk about movies coming out. Oh, was I throwing my pen? Comic books, TV shows. Anything else that I'm missing here? Sports,
Wieners. Definitely some
Oh,
wiener
that
talk.
kid that we talk.
Knob news.
Snob news.
Definitely some knob news.
Oh, we're
and
gonna have Dawn's Weekly BM's gonna definitely be a segment.
stories involving pooping and
Pooping is gonna be
different
big.
things that happen in a toilet.
Yep. We have a great segment because when we were trying to think of names for this podcast, we did one that was like we were gonna call it 2 out of 3, because out of the 3 of us, 2 of us hit on every kind of aspect of of
Can't
something.
tell which one.
Yeah, but you have to guess. So we're going to talk. 2 out of 3 is going to be definitely a segment where one person just won't talk for a while.
2 out of 3 people here don't have any kids.
Yep. 2 out of 3
people here are liberals.
Yep. 2 out of 3 people here live with someone else.
True. 2 out of 3 people here don't go to the movies alone.
Yes, that is true. I don't think I go
multiple times to the same movie.
I can't wait.
Hey, there's a word for that.
It's called being alone.
Yeah, it's all by myself.
They don't call me the cheese for nothing.
Yep. Oh, the cheese stands alone is gonna be great. Just Justin doing stuff by himself.
That's true.
So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff on the podcast. I'll start a little about myself. I did a podcast for a while. Work at a comic book store. Big Pittsburgh sports fan. Don't start.
Shut up, Don.
2 out of 3 of us are PA sports fans.
Yep. So yeah, and then video games a little bit, not crazy, but when I go in, I play a lot. So yeah, I mean, and more about.
How's the knuckle cracking while he's talking? Does that sound good? Can you hear me heavy breathing? Also, is that not on there?
I'm not getting the heavy breathing,
All
but
right.
I do see some blips on here for the knuckle cracks.
The knuckle cracking is on there. Okay, I'm new to this. You got to give me a break.
But you know what you could do, Don, is play on your phone more. Actually, Don,
Yeah.
why don't you talk the talent of the podcast?
Well, I'm just checking the waiver wires.
The way who are you picking up? What's the draft for?
I'm checking the Twitter feed to see everybody that's talking about us live.
Oh yeah, our live stream.
And actually, right now there's none.
Well,
Surprising.
because this isn't live.
Usually it's blowing up like that. So
We don't have any kind of support for this.
no, we don't. We're very weak, but
Well,
hopefully
you know, and I
we'll
don't
do
even
better.
know if I want to do all that. We'll just do this, put it on whatever we're going to do, and go from
And you got
there.
to give with the fans what they want.
We don't have any fans.
Okay,
We have no
then
fans.
never mind.
Yes. Once we get fans, we'll figure out from there. But
What's that now? Now there's beeps going
the
on.
producer didn't shut his phone off?
Jeez, it's already gone
it's
downhill.
downhill.
I'm going home. Can I check out? I'm going home. All right, so I'm Dawn. I'm unfortunately Ken's friend, and come to this comic store every Thursday night where we film this. Or we're not filming.
Well, we're going to record. Are we going to record it here or are we going to do
Might
it
as
from your
well.
house? Okay.
It's easy here.
But then, okay.
This is stuff we should probably talk while we're not recording.
But
You
it's
know,
the
you
first. No, who cares?
This is like stuff we should have in your little production meeting with your little goofy pad over
What the
there.
hell's a production? What the F's the
But I come here every Thursday to get away from my 5 children and wife and hide out here. And I am supposed to work, but I really don't do anything.
Yeah.
Technically, I think I'm even still punched in.
No, you punched out.
Did I?
We'll fix it. I'll
I'll
fix it.
fix that. And I'm just here for pure genius insight because everything that Ken knows, I know more. And I keep him on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, well, there's definitely we balance each other well in most aspects.
True.
Of things, so
And I brought
Back to the 2 out of 3.
yeah, 2 out of 3. Justin doesn't balance shit.
Justin I met from work, and I brought him here and introduced him to Ken. See, I'm the nexus, the nucleus of everything.
You remember when you set me and Justin up on the mandate?
I did set him up on a mandate once. They were
And
both
we hung
singles.
out.
That was the Penguins game,
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
went and watched the Penguins games outdoor, and that was the first time me and you hung out. And then after that,
And I had to have separate, odd, creepy talks with each of them about this is not a gay thing. You don't have to give up anything at the end of the night.
because we were both droughts.
both straight.
Yeah, straight
And
droughts.
convince them that it wasn't weird and go on a mandate. And now, look, now we're here.
Doing a podcast.
So that's me. And I'm an expert on all things comic books.
expert.
All things.
All things. Do you want to rephrase
Well,
that?
pretty much I know more about Marvel and DC than you do.
You know more about maybe storylines.
You know more artist names probably and like issue numbers, but storylines and characters is me.
Well, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. One of
tell
these
us what we're gonna
episodes,
do.
we're gonna have Justin
contest.
do it like a quiz.
Can we both agree that we both know more than Justin?
Yes.
I started reading comics like 3 years ago.
Well, when did you start buying comics? Never.
Never, because
Hey!
Justin steals them online.
That's why I'm
I've-
poor.
I've been buying, Thor and Secret Wars I bought.
Oh, have you? I haven't even pulled anything out. Did you get the newest secret? Oh,
when was the last time I saw you buy anything here?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Yeah, one book. That doesn't count.
That's probably Secret Wars 9.
How much shit have you downloaded since then that you don't want to tell him because he's going to throw you out and keep your big silver microphone beat you up?
I'll bust those pearly blue Beats headphones.
All right, we're going to move on to Justin now. So that's me. I am an expert on all things pop culture.
Wow.
Wow.
How are you going to be able to get out of the room with a giant
I really don't know shit. We're just here to make... Really, I'm really only here to make fun of Justin. And that's really the reason I'm here. Because he has these big powder blue Beats headsets on right now over his perfectly coiffed blonde wavy hair. It's just
the perfect
gorgeous.
wave
It's
front
gorgeous.
bangs ever.
I'm bald, so I'm allowed to make fun of people there. It's gorgeous hair. It's so pretty. I told him I want to shrink down as Ant-Man and just surf on his gorgeous golden head. So that's really all I'm here. So
I'm blushing, Don. It's too much.
that's good.
Quit banging your stuff.
I am making noise. I'm sorry. I'm a noisy guy. Go ahead. Now it's your turn.
All I can see is waves on the screen over here. Anyway, as you said, I'm Justin. Don brought me into this.
The producer.
The producer. The cheese.
You need to use this platform to find the guy that has the Twitter handle,
That's
the
true.
cheese,
That's true.
and get him to give it up.
I'm
'Cause he
still.
doesn't use
I
it.
may have found a new one though. I may have found a new
Well,
one. That,
you
that
know
I
what?
can-
Well, then we'll do a whole podcast.
What's it called?
review.
Lonely Movie Guy?
that would make a great blog.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, can we just cut that? That'd be like when we start into cheese stands alone. It's like,
We're gonna have to do that though. We're gonna have to buy the license to it. It's probably expensive.
well, how about just
Well,
sing
no,
a different?
again, 4 people are going to listen. So I think
I
we'll
don't,
be
who
all right.
sings that? The Carpenters? I don't know. Like, they're,
50 cents.
I
yeah.
think we'll be just fine.
We'll send Karen a tweet.
Justin's real concerned about copyright infringement
Oh, yeah.
for a show that no one will listen to. So go ahead, continue
I'm
with your
just
origin
trying to
story.
follow the rules, man. Anyway, I watch a lot of movies by myself, as they mentioned. I like all things movies.
Can I say that Justin's probably the most cultured, like with all that kind of like night, like Oscar
Yeah.
stuff.
He sees
like,
Oscar movies.
Yeah, he's gonna be
not
the one.
just movies starring the Avengers.
Yeah,
I try.
he's the one that wants to see further his like depth in movie and like.
Whereas me and you, if there's not a guy with superpowers or a dinosaur, we're probably not going to waste our time
Giant
watching it.
robots.
Yeah. Well, Ken won't even go if it's giant robots.
Ken, that's not true though. You've expressed some interest in some of the movies I've talked about.
Yeah, some, but
We say that because we just want to like act like we're, but we really don't. He's never going to sit there and watch.
You know what's going to happen is those movies that we talk about is going to go to my Netflix queue,
Yeah.
and then I'll never watch them.
He's gonna take the effort to go in Netflix, add those movies, think about it, and then play Xbox. That's exactly. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna really watch this movie. Justin said it's good. It's up for an Academy Award.
But I could get.
I'm gonna go play Fallout and eat cheese. It's just what's gonna happen.
Yep, that's
Not you. He's not gonna eat you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I will. Well, I'm not going to make a whole cheese platter and knock it all over myself
Yeah,
playing video games.
yeah, like I do. I just can't sit
perfect.
and watch a movie like that. I just can't.
Perfectly arranged appetizer tray for just you.
Now, I'll tell you that quick story. When I play video games at night, I like a nice appetizer tray with some cheese and some olives and some sausages, whatever I prepare. All carb-friendly evening snack food because I'm a diabetic.
And what I
And I
picture-
sat down on the couch and knocked the damn thing in the air, and it went everywhere. And all my dipping sauces fell everywhere. Well, I had some mustard for my olives and my kielbasa, some ranch for my cheese. I had a little thing of peanut butter and some apples, and it went everywhere. And I was so mad that I almost destroyed the PlayStation. Because my sauces were everywhere, and there was kielbasa all through the couch.
Oh, this is great.
Eggs. I had some eggs on there too. It was really good.
That's a combination there.
I could just picture you with your Hulk hands.
And everyone wonders why I have upset stomach all the time.
Yeah, because you're eating
effing cheese
and
and peanut
olives
butter
and mustard.
and olives and mustard.
And what's this is 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, like 1:30. Yeah.
Back to me. Beyond movies, play some PC games, some console
Minecraft.
gaming. I haven't played Minecraft since like June, man.
Okay.
Give me a break. Give me a break. I quit Minecraft.
Justin plays all the games that my 6-year-old and 10-year-old and 11-year-old play
What can I say? I'm young at heart.
for hours.
Hours and hours. A long, long time.
Yeah. So what are you currently playing now?
Right now I'm playing a game on PC called Ark Survival Evolved.
This is a game where he trains dinosaurs for 3 hours.
That is the greatest
so
thing
he
about
can
that
ride
game.
them around and get food and
You get to
grow
use
crop.
dinosaurs.
The story that he told me, he had to get this one dinosaur. It's like, all right, Ken, what you got to do is you have to take your scorpion, and you have to get an eagle to carry the scorpion. And were you riding on top of the eagle while this was happening?
Yeah, you're riding the eagle, and the eagle has the scorpion in its claws.
And you have to fly alongside a pterodactyl.
yeah, it's insane. It's ridiculous. I mean, be an adult and play a Lego game like I do.
Just go to YouTube and look for Ark and watch the trailer. It is an amazing
there is no
game.
chance in hell that I'm going to watch. I see my kid play Ark, and it's so boring. Look at this. The other day it was look at this brontosaurus.
The reason it's boring is because he probably hasn't set up the server settings to make it more exciting.
Well,
he's calling
you
your kid
almost just
stupid.
put me to sleep with what you did. That 5-second I nodded off halfway through. I was like, server setting. That's some boring shit right there. Just you even talk about it. I can't even imagine doing that.
It's a survival game.
Well, you can't change the server setting on like Xbox, can you? Because it's on the download, can't?
They've added, even for Xbox, they've added parameters to the game that you can make it a little bit easier.
You never thought parameters was going to
No.
sneak in to today's thing.
No, parameters was a word that I did not think was
It
going to.
wasn't on your little pad there that you have written down.
No, that was not on my pad, as you would say.
Your little piddle pad.
All right, so that's.
Yeah, that was introductions. How long was that? Like 40 minutes?
Yeah, it was
introduction?
close.
16 minutes according to my little calculator here.
All right.
All right.
By the way, we're using Justin's silver microphone that he got for Christmas that he claims his dad bought him, but I think he's owned it for years. And he has a nice little case that he carries it around
Could
in.
you get closer? You are like you're talking.
Well, I'm
to
looking
the
at the microphones. I'm getting real close to it. It is really pretty. We'll put a picture of it up online.
on what on what
Once
line?
we get a website and all that stuff.
Don's putting the cart before the horse a little bit here.
We're gonna put it online. It's just gonna. We have a
It's going
clothesline.
to be our podcast picture. Is that microphone?
Is that picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. And when you go to find it, it's going to be that.
Could we superimpose a picture of Justin's hair on top of it?
Yeah, Justin's hair, and then your. If you sometimes Ken has like a 30s villain from a silent film mustache once in a while,
People like my mustache.
and we're gonna have that on the microphone. Your villain
My villain mustache.
When he has this mustache, he looks like he's going to like either tie young ladies to the train tracks or give you pies with TNT in them. Anything of that nature is what he looks like when he's hanging out. Poor Mindy, she has to deal with that stuff.
She likes my mustache.
It's weird, but you know, it's
No,
weird.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But anyway, I digress.
All right, so let's talk about some topics that are happening, time sensitive stuff. So Deadpool comes out next week
Okay.
on the 12th. I don't know if we're gonna do a podcast before or after. Or we'll definitely do it after. But I don't know if we'll do them before because Thursday nights we get with a small crew. Is when we're recording it now and we go see it.
I honestly think we should do this at the restaurant after the movie.
So
We don't need the whole setup. We can literally just record to your iPhone, man. I think we should do this with the whole crew at IHOP.
That would be
after
very
the
loud
movie.
and annoying.
I think it would be hilarious because the waitress there already knows we're insane.
So we go at we close.
Don't mind me. I'm going to blow my nose real quick
So
on the microphone.
a lot of our podcasts when we go see movies, we're gonna go see them Thursday night at the premiere. And there's usually about 10 of us. Oh, here we go, honks. That wasn't too bad. So we usually get about 10 of us. We go check out the movie, and then we go to the IHOP afterwards.
The IHOP. Not just any IHOP.
Well, there's only one IHOP, and that's the IHOP. And we're usually the only ones there, and we're loud, and we're talking. And,
Big surprise.
yeah. And we might see if the logistics work of recording our movie reviews.
Let's get
there.
real. This is probably the only one. This is probably the first and last one we'll only do. Hopefully, God willing, we do more.
Yeah.
But anyway, Deadpool.
So, what is our expectations of Deadpool? Movie guy, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, you are the movie guy.
As a movie goer, because how much Deadpool have you read?
Not a lot.
Okay.
I have picked up a little bit since then.
Where have you picked that up at?
Just
online. He steals
Pirate
comic
Bay.
books, ladies and gentlemen.
Dirty
He
thief.
steals them like a thief. BitTorrents is what he does.
Giving away my secrets. The FBI is going to show up at my house. You
The
guys will never
FBI's
see
not
me
listening to
again.
this.
I'll never
If
be
the
on this.
FBI is listening to this, they need to get something to do.
I will never be on this podcast again.
But no,
So how much did Deadpool cost to make that movie? I know you know this probably.
I think they spent around $35 million to make the
it?
movie. Yeah,
That's
they
very
did
cheap.
it really cheap. Most of their marketing has been viral social media type guerrilla marketing. So they haven't spent much on marketing.
Whoa. Rewind a minute there.
I knew that was coming.
What is guerrilla marketing? And
It's
what,
so-
the
here's what
viral social media marketing.
they go to a zoo and they get a monkey.
and they paint Deadpool masks on a monkey, and then they release it. They release that gorilla into the wild.
Hey.
And as it's killing people, they're like, "I'll go see Deadpool." You snuck that in there like you were going to
I was trying to, but what else do you call viral marketing when you have Deadpool
Viral marketing. That's what
talking
you call it.
about breast exams and testicular exams because
You tried to
Deadpool loves
sneak
boobies?
Guerrilla marketing in there, and I am the podcast police. We're not going to have those words sneak.
So instead of the talent, you're the podcast.
Well, I'm both, yeah.
He's the talent and the
so
I'm
podcast
also the
police.
person people are going to be annoyed by.
Oh,
By then, their head's going to hurt 45. You know what it's like to be in a room with Dawn for an hour.
Oh, I've seen people react to you
Ask
after-
Mindy's mom after 5 minutes. So, a quick story. Ken was moving
Sidebar.
was moving his girlfriend into his apartment last week, and me and Justin were helping him. And his girlfriend's nice mother got about 5 minutes of me and used the phrase, "Wow, he's firing up," and then had a headache and had to go sit up.
I'll post a picture online, quote unquote. But she sat down and wrote a nice thank you letter to me and the three of us for moving Mindy's stuff.
Was I in her too?
Yeah, so
Or she say that obnoxious asshole?
No, she said that Ken, Dawn, and Justin, or Justin, some kind of combination of the three. I don't know where we all got billing on it.
She said
but-
that loudmouth bald guy and that nice guy with the
Yeah.
blonde coif of hair.
So she was very thankful for your
Oh,
help.
that's
of,
nice. Good.
You brought much needed energy into the.
Much needed. She said, "Wow, he's a ball of energy."
Well, I was in the bathroom and I heard you come in and just start.
I came in loud. I came in hot. Sometimes I come in a little too hot in the air, and you're going to calm me down.
So we're talking about Deadpool.
We'll go back to Deadpool.
So $35 million to make the movie.
Justin's the stats guy.
Not a
He
lot of
is.
money on
Lot of
marketing.
Guerrilla marketing.
I think the movie's gonna make $100 million opening weekend, even
I
for
don't know
rated
if it's
even
gonna
for
do
rated
100
R.
million.
I think because of all the advertising they're gonna be doing at the Super Bowl this weekend, I think this movie is gonna absolutely blow up.
See, I still am under the impression that an R-rated movie for a comic book movie is too much. That it's going to lose. It's going to lose the youth, and the youth goes and sees these movies. Unless you're a bad parent, and you're bringing your kids to see Deadpool.
Let's be honest. There's probably going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, well, like I've said before, my kids love going to these movies, and I go Thursday with you guys, and then we go Saturday with the family. This weekend, or next weekend, be going Thursday, no Saturday, because they can't see that.
So what's going to happen is this movie's going to make all its money in its opening weekend, and then the drop off to the following weekend is going to be
Oh, it's huge.
because
You can't. The families can't.
yeah, because a lot of people do what you do, what you just talked about. They go with a group of friends, and then they go back with their family later. And
You go with your
you're not
buddies. You
gonna
go with
get-
someone else.
Yeah,
know,
different groups.
I also kind of feel that Valentine's weekend is a bad weekend for it.
Well, you know what? It's actually, I think, somewhat smart because let's be honest. There's probably a lot of guys that.
Right. There is going to be a lot of that, but there's also going to be a lot of guys that are pee-whipped that won't be allowed, that their girlfriends are
Yeah,
going to go, no, I'm not going to see that, and they can't go that
But
way.
if you're a
So-
single girl listening to this podcast, go check out the Deadpool movie by
If you're
yourself.
a single girl, look for Justin. You'll notice his beautiful golden hair, and he'll be at the theater probably 5 times that weekend, eating
times-
popcorn and crying,
I've
watching
s-
Deadpool.
I've seen Star Wars 5 times.
Yeah, which is, I mean, Christ Almighty.
No,
5 times.
Four times. 4 times. I haven't seen it the 5th time because I would have seen it 5, but I didn't get to go with my dad before he left.
Why 4 times? Honestly, you
I
went with us,
I went with you guys. I went.
and you had to see it in 3D. And the
I
story.
went Friday night to see it in 3D, and then Hannah called me and asked me to take her, so I went Sunday. So I saw it 3 times opening weekend, and
Well,
then
at least you went with a girl the one time. So
Hold on.
let's rephrase that.
Yeah.
I went with
it's a girl.
I don't even know what
Don't even go down that
Yeah,
path.
that's
Long
gonna be-
story.
It's
yeah.
like a daughter to him, but at least it looked good.
Very
Like,
close family friend daughter.
It looked good. She's
it looked like maybe a father and daughter. Going
Okay, I was
together.
gonna say, like-
Instead of a lonely man sitting there
All right,
by
that-
himself,
yeah, that works.
You know, it looked better.
all
well,
by myself.
You were gonna sneeze on me for a minute there.
I was winding up. Such a
So
good song.
then the fourth time I took my mom to see it over Christmas.
All right,
Oh, that's good. Wisconsin wins. So.
That's good. Wisconsin got to go see it, so that's good. I love that your mom's name is now Wisconsin. She's listening to this, going, "What in the hell did he get me into saying that on there?"
She's gonna hear about it.
So you're gonna go see Deadpool 5 times.
It depends. If it's as good as I think it's gonna be, I will see it multiple times. I don't know about 5, but I will see it multiple times. That's what I do with movies.
Well, I think they're gonna be disappointed in what it's gonna make due to the weekend. We'll see who's right.
The other thing that though, like Ken said, that it could.
I love that you just pointed to Ken too. Like anyone can see that. For those of you that can't see this, which is
Everybody
everybody,
can see
he's pointing to who he's talking to.
We need to start setting up like a webcam.
No
And we
one
gotta
wants
put
to
this
see
on
the
YouTube.
three of us.
Yeah.
We got to put this on YouTube.
We are 3 of the ugliest people you've ever seen in your life. No one
Oh,
wants
I
to
have
see it.
golden coiffed hair, but I'm
You do have
ugly
beautiful
as
hair.
sin.
You're just
You're the
ugly
best
as
looking
shit.
one out of the 3 of us.
Yeah, well, that ain't saying much.
That's like, look at these 3 turds.
The best looking one of all of us who doesn't have a lady.
Oh, this is so sad.
This is sad.
I'm gonna go home and
no,
cry.
we've brought it all down now. All right,
All right,
let's pick
so
it back up.
all right,
So, Ken, what do you think? What are your expectations for
well,
Deadpool?
let me go last because I'll go next because Don's is the self-proclaimed expert of all comic books.
Okay.
So I've been reading Deadpool since I didn't read his New Mutant stuff. I think I got into him during his first miniseries, where it's him and like was that the one with him and Black Tom Cassidy and Juggernaut?
Yeah.
So it's like mid '90s, and he wasn't as.
Let's face it, he was a DC rip-off character.
Yeah, he was a ripoff of Deathstroke.
Yeah.
You know,
it's Rob Liefeld being an asshole.
because Rob Liefeld was upset with DC. So when he went to New Mutants, he made Wade Wilson, which is a ripoff of Slade Wilson.
Yeah, right.
Instead of Deathstroke, it is Deadpool.
He did it to be an ass.
Yeah.
And then it just worked out for him.
And if that's what he does with everything, because if you look back, when he went to Image, he did.
What are we
Fighting
going to do when
America.
Rob Liefeld listens to this podcast? He's going to be mad that we're just slagging him off.
Whenever I'll slag off Rob Liefeld, because you know what, he makes more money. He wins. Like it doesn't matter
He
what
wins.
I say.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld
it's-
always wins.
Well, he doesn't care about us. But anyways, we were trying to do a promotion at the store one time. Like we should get a Rob Liefeld in. We could do a Rob Liefeld dunking booth, and people could pay money to throw.
Yeah, I would come in to throw money,
Yeah.
throw rocks at Rob Liefeld's face.
But anyways, so I read I didn't read a lot of New Mutant stuff, but I read the miniseries that was decent. It wasn't him being overly jokey. It was just him as a goofy. I don't even think he had the multiple personalities at the time. If it did, maybe it was one voice. It wasn't overly as goofy. Then he did the McGinnis run I read the beginning of that.
Are we going to go through every book that Deadpool was ever in? Is that what we're going to do? Are we going to finally get to like an hour from now? We're like, that's it, and ladies and gentlemen, that's called Ken Recites every comic book Deadpool has ever been in. And now on to, here, I'll go to the end for you. Now he's in Uncanny Avengers, and it sucks. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry. I just had to attack you. I'll learn to be nicer. I promise.
No, you do it. You're the talent here. You
I
do everyone.
promise. But you know,
There's a big evolution jump from what I liked about Deadpool to what he is now.
no, I agree.
Because that's like what I was going to say was the McGinnis stuff's where he started getting goofy.
Yeah, he used to be really cool.
Yeah.
he was a really cool assassin. You know, he had an edge to him. That's what was cool about
Yeah.
him. When you read X-Men books or X-Force, Deadpool was in it. He was mean. He was a villain.
Yeah,
He wasn't a nice guy. He was a murderer and a psychopath, and then they just all of a sudden have took this.
silly.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's just funny, and he kills people, but it's funny.
Yeah.
and they've adapted into this likable. I mean, for Christ's sakes, he's on the Avengers now.
Yeah, he murders people all the time, but they
But
make
he's-
him a
yeah,
good guy.
He's a superhero.
Early on, I equate him to not early Joker, but like '90s Joker, where he was sinister.
Yeah,
He's
he
more
was.
sinister.
Yeah, he was flat out evil.
Yeah, he was a bad guy, and then they turned him into like what Harley Quinn is now. Because
Right.
Harley Quinn is the
Like,
same-
well, he's bad because his girlfriend was killed or
Yeah.
abducted. They gave him a reason why
Yeah.
he had to be Because that's not what he was. He just used to like killing people.
Yeah.
And it sort of developed into that. But
I think that's going to be the storyline for the movie. Is that's why he's doing what he's doing. Is he doesn't care. All he wants to do is save his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Which, okay, but I don't understand why it has to be an R-rated movie, because up until 5 years ago, he was an R-rated character. He would bleep himself in his own comic.
When they started all that fourth wall nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. But he would, bleep
Justin,
himself.
tell people what the fourth wall is if they don't know.
The fourth wall is when the character on screen or on the page acknowledges that they know they're a character in a medium and they speak directly to the audience.
Thank you.
And he was...
See what a facts and knowledge guy he is? Isn't he great?
He's a quality asset.
Good looking as all get out, too, but, that's for later, ladies. All right, go ahead.
So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this movie's going to be too goofy. My biggest thing that I'm excited for...
Enforced R-rated.
Yeah.
There's going to be Fs where there doesn't need to be Fs.
And there's going to be...
bullet holes through the head
Yeah.
when you could have gotten away with it.
The whole scene in the strip club that doesn't need to be in a strip club.
Right. But see, Justin disagrees with this. Him and I had this argument last week.
Oh, do tell, Justin.
I don't have a legitimate backstory argument. I just, as long as I have those fears that they're going to overuse this stuff. But if they can get it in there in a natural way, if they don't do a scene where he just...
Well, there goes that.
There goes the rule of no swearing. Justin just swore a whole bunch of time. Logan, cover your ears if you're listening.
I'll beep this out later.
It's gonna go beep 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 beep.
But if they don't use it for the sake of using it, if it feels natural to a scene, I think they can get away with it.
So you feel like Fox, who made X-Men 3, is not gonna
Let's not talk about X-Men 3. X-Men 3 is the worst of that series.
Yeah, for real. But that's news.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, X-Men Origins Wolverine's pretty lousy.
That's next. I don't think it's as bad as 3. But we can't expect them to do this well. Or hell, let's look at Fantastic Four.
Wait, Fantastic Four is Fox Sports superhero.
Well, but look at Days of Future Past. Look at First Class.
But you know what? When Days of Future Past first came out, I didn't mind it. But I rethink about it. I'm like, that's just as bad as the other ones.
We liked that one. We were pleasantly surprised with Days of Future.
You know why I think I was pleasantly surprised? Because I thought it was going to be utter shite. I didn't think it was going to be anything.
Well,
good
we
at
did. We used to give it millions of names going into it. Days of Future boring.
Days of Future stupid.
Yeah, Days of Future stupid. Then we even saw it. We were like, it was good because it fixed a lot of the nonsense of the X-Men Fox universe.
But that doesn't seem like they fixed it, but they're going to go right back into more nonsense with Apocalypse.
Well, let's face it, they don't know what they're doing.
No.
I mean, they have a bunch of characters that they own that they don't want to give the rights back to Marvel, so they just keep making confusing storylines, and they're like, you know what would be cool? Apocalypse. Wait, we just fixed the whole world. That's the 1980s, and that's how we get away with it.
Yeah.
That movie's
Well,
gonna
but
take place
from First Class started the universe over. It was basically a reboot with some of the same characters in the 60s.
They're period
and then Days
pieces.
of Future, Days of Future Past came along. It was based in the 70s. Now this one's going to be based in the 80s.
And you know
they're
what?
Talking about,
I don't want a period piece for X-Men movies.
They're talking about doing the Dark Phoenix saga again.
And this is going to be in the 90s.
See,
I don't know about the 90s.
Why do you even do that?
So they would have like a Ace of Base playing in the background.
Oh, I saw the side, baby.
Stuff like that. That's how you know it's the 90s. And really horrible hair. And
Rob Base.
Yeah. They're like, oh, this must be the 90s.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is based off of the see, we're off Deadpool, we're on to X-Men,
It's
but
the same universe. Yeah.
But based off of the two movies since the reboot, if you want to call it a reboot, I'm optimistic about Apocalypse because
Well, me too, because I love Apocalypse.
the previous
Side
two
note,
movies have
he's
been good.
one of Don's favorite comic book villains.
No.
In case you didn't know, him and Mr. Sinister. You don't know who that is. Go watch a 90s X-Men cartoon.
All right.
Ken does sound effects with his voice, in case you were wondering. We don't have a sound bar here. That's all Ken. That comes straight from his mouth.
It does.
We should also mention that I just introduced Dawn to dubstep,
Skrillex,
and Skrillex, and some Deadmau5 before the show.
Yeah,
so
I
he
don't
was
listen to
rocking it. He was rocking out, man.
I don't listen to any of that crap, but Justin was making me to, and now I have a headache.
Oh, stop it.
No, it was out. It was actually all right. He had some good stuff.
All right, so Deadpool.
I'm going to peel this thing off your laptop, too.
I will kill you.
Justin has this laptop that we're doing a podcast on, and it has a Nightwing sticker which looks like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's a Nightwing sticker, and I had the urge to just peel it right off the back of his laptop.
You're like the girl at the bar who sits and peels the label off her beer.
Wait, what about you, girl? I do that. I drink beer at the bar.
I don't drink beer, so
Well, first of all, it annoys me that it's on there, but I want to just rip it right off.
What should I put on there, Don?
Oh my God! Can we talk about Deadpool?
Okay. Well, are we done with Deadpool? What's next on your little pad there? Other than that drawing that you're making over there.
You never talked about what you were expecting.
All right, I'll go to what I'm expecting. I think I did. I was over talking everybody. You know me, I don't like Ryan Reynolds. Let's just get that right out of the gate. He is a whisper talker, which means everything he says is like a whisper. That's really good. And it's like a little snarky like comment, and that's really funny. And I mean, if you've ever seen the Green Lantern movie, it's 2 hours of whisper talking. No one knows what he's saying is, let's pop some pants off.
Can you even pick up?
And you're like, oh my God, what are you saying?
It just looks like mumbles.
The whole movie, I was like, I don't know what he just said, but he has a ridiculous skin-tight Green Lantern outfit on, flying around looking like he ruined that movie. Well, I mean,
No.
He
was not the problem with that movie.
He was a huge problem with that movie.
No, he was not. He was not the problem with that movie. The giant brown poop cloud with a face in it was the problem with that movie.
That movie sucked, and that dude who plays Sinestro nailed it.
Yeah.
Did he or did he not?
I didn't say anything about Sinestro. I just said
good.
Ryan Reynolds was not the problem with that movie.
If the guy that plays Sinestro...
The script was the problem with that movie.
If the guy plays...
giant poop cloud was the problem with that movie.
I'm going to throw this microphone at him in a minute.
As you need to let each other talk. Let everybody have a voice.
Wasn't it me with the floor? And then...
You can just stop talking for once and let him then interrupt.
So anyway,
all right, then I'm done.
Ryan Reynolds stinks. Okay, so I didn't like him in X-Men Origins as Deadpool. I thought he was goofy.
Deadpool was dumb.
That Deadpool was dumb. But even when he was like just Wade Wilson in the beginning, he was kind of goofy. But he seems okay for this role. I'm more excited for Colossus. Because I love Colossus.
I agree, and he's Russian again.
He actually looks Russian and not like some 17-year-old kid that's just tall and hanging out at the X-Men mansion and looks ridiculous. Like
one of the clips, they have him talking, and it's Russian accent.
He's Peter Rasputin in this movie. He's a big Russian metal guy, and he's CGI, not just a big guy, because you can't do Colossus with that, because no one here looks like Colossus. So I'm excited for Colossus, not so much for... what's the other character's name?
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Who's such a filler in the X-Men book. She was a nobody. Didn't even have the same power. But apparently, I don't know. They just liked her because of her name. So I guess that's why she's in it. But I don't know. I'm excited for the X-Men portion of it and see when it happens. And I still think there's going to be a Wolverine appearance.
I think you're going to be happy then, because I've heard from the people who've already seen the movie, I've heard that Colossus is a big part of the movie.
Well, that's good, because he deserves it. He's a cool character.
Yeah.
Who gets sort of bypassed for some of the other less CGI characters. Now, what about who is Gina? What's her name? Gina
Gershon.
Carano.
Yeah, Gina Gershon, who's 65 years old. She's going to be in this movie. Gina Carano. Who is she playing?
Angel Dust.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
From what I heard,
that's a made-up character. Huh?
She's an X-Men character. She's never been a Deadpool villain before.
I'm going to actually look her up on the Wikipedia while Justin's talking.
She's never been a Deadpool adversary villain. I can't even remember why they decided to bring her in for this particular movie. But
so in typical Gina, whatever her name is, she's playing a chick that's tough.
Yeah,
because it's a real stretch for her to play a girl that's tough and beats up men and everybody else, right?
She probably won't have very many lines. They're going to keep her silent.
Lines, just talk, show some cleavage, beat people up, tough kind of thing. Yeah. I actually think she would have been a good pick for Wonder Woman.
I think so too, but then they would need her to talk.
Yeah, and she struggles with the mouth word things and everything.
You can talk.
She made an entire movie that they had to go back and put somebody else's voice over her lip sync.
What movie was that? Ricochet or something like?
Something like, I can't remember.
Is that the movie she stars in?
Yeah, she stars in the movie, and they went back afterwards and said, we can't use any of this.
So that movie isn't her talking?
No, it's somebody dubbed over her lip sync.
She sucks that much?
That is how bad of an actress she is.
Then how's she
And
gonna
let's
work?
just face it, if she listens to this podcast, we're all dead. Because she's a badass. And I think she's hot.
What's her I don't know anything about
She's
this.
an MMA. She's
she's
like,
an
she's
MMA.
like Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
She came before Ronda. She
retired.
retired before Rousey even started fighting, didn't she?
Somewhere, yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of that's about.
She's a good-looking girl, and she's tough. She's a pretty badass.
She's easy on the eye.
But yeah, I don't know. Angel dust, whatever. I don't know that. All in all, I think that
I thought you were Wikipediaing it.
I did. It came up with basically nothing.
You Google imaged it. I saw you just looking at pictures.
Well, I did that, and I did a search, and it's basically nobody. I mean, it's a nobody character.
But anyway, all right. So, do you think the movie's gonna be good?
I think it'll be entertaining. I think it's definitely going to be worth it.
What X-Men movie is going to be better? Like, if you were putting it in a scale of X-Men Fox movies that are out right now.
Well, let's face it, it's going to be better than the Wolverine movies, because those movies stink.
Well, yeah, because they're horrible premises. Yeah.
It's a horrible premise. It's boring. It's going to be better than Gambit, which is going to be horrible, because Channing on your Tatum is going to be
Is
in
this
there.
going to be the best X-Men movie? Is this going to be better than Days of Future Past? Which I think we all agree is the best X-Men movie.
Yeah, Days of Future Past is the best X-Men movie. X-Men 2 is a good X-Men movie.
Actually, I've got X-Men 2 like is the number one of all the X-Men, but that movie doesn't. I don't even think that movie exists anymore in the timeline because of what they did with Days of Future
It doesn't.
Past.
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't, but it doesn't mean it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you
Because
put it?
Nightcrawler was really good in that movie.
Well, Nightcrawler's in
This
Apocalypse.
is a new one.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, when they're rewriting all that. Because
That'd
I
be-
guess it doesn't exist anymore. If Nightcrawler.
Well, I guess in all the Fox, is it going to be? Where do you rank it? Is it going to be your expectations? Are going to be the best, second best?
I think it's probably going to be. I mean, that's not saying much for Fox movies. It's like saying what's the. I mean, can't even think of a good analogy, but I think it's going to be decent. I think
Is this going to be better than this other analogy?
I don't think it'll be better than Future Past.
I'll put it at 3 or 4.
Okay.
Either 3 or 4.
I think X-Men Apocalypse is going to be better than it.
I think you're going to see that they're going to announce a sequel the Monday after it's come out because it'll make enough money. It'll make its money back. And also, too, I think that there's already going to be an unrated version that comes out and it's the Blu-ray and all that kind of stuff's going to go through the roof.
So if you're technically, they can't really tie these movies together because this movie is taking place now and Apocalypse takes place in the 80s. So it can't be like Deadpool might make an appearance in Age of Apocalypse.
No, but in all the future X-Men's going forward, he could come into it.
Yeah.
And
Are they doing any more of those? Because I know they're going to do X-Force.
well, they're talking about X-Force. They're talking about bringing the next Deadpool. The big rumor is it's gonna be Cable and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right. And for those who don't know what Cable is,
He goes around and he strings wire in your house so you can watch television.
He's the Cable Man.
he's the most convoluted X-Men character.
He's a time traveler with like millions of powers.
He's Cyclops' son
To
that he
a-
had with a clone of Jean that was born, infected by Apocalypse, sent into the future by Mr. Sinister, so he would come back to one day kill Apocalypse. So go ahead and wrap that around your brain for a few minutes.
And make a movie of it.
And then make a movie about it.
So, for the rumors of the new movies that they're talking about, if they do the Dark Phoenix saga, they could get into some of this really crazy
You
time
can see a
travel
baby
stuff.
Cable in the Apocalypse movie.
Yeah,
Maybe Scott and Jean, who are in the Apocalypse movie, have sex. And it's rated R now. That movie's rated R now, so they can have Cable, who's going to be played by Matt Damon, and then brought back from the future with Channing Tatum.
I used to think that Matt Damon was a little bit of a Nancy when I watched those porn.
And then Kevin Nash shows up. Oh, wait a minute, that's Magic Mike. We're getting a little out of hand here.
All right. So Deadpool, we're done with it.
We're done with Deadpool.
right.
But wait, do we have to talk about it again? Yeah, we'll have to talk about it again.
our reactions after we've seen it.
Do we have segments called reactions and rumors? Because you've said rumors like 7 times already. So I think we should have a segment called Rumors with Justin, Reactions with Ken and Don.
Okay, it should be reactions with Dawn because you're the one that
Reacts to everything, but we can't do reactions because isn't that term coined now through like some Vine guys?
Reactions.
I know that Rumors is a bar down the road that my neighbor runs.
All right, so
Rumors.
the big game, the Super Bowl is what, a week? This Sunday.
The Quidditch match. I mean,
Quidditch.
the football.
Does anybody here really care who wins?
I do. I want Peyton Manning to win.
Okay, all right.
I like Peyton Manning. Right now, are all the nerds switching off because we're talking football, and they're like, "What's the football?"
Well, we'll pull it back in the nerds here in a minute.
I like Peyton
I
Manning.
warned them at the beginning of the podcast. This isn't just going to be about comic books.
It's true.
Pop
you did.
culture. Football is part of pop culture today.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
like
so I'll
sports.
go first on this one. I love Peyton Manning. I think he's a great guy, great for the sport. He's a true athlete.
Taking drugs and steroids.
Well, he didn't do any of that crap.
Honestly, that stuff, I don't care if he did. He
don't
broke
care.
his damn neck. If he needed to take GHG to come back so he could play
so
again, I
be
don't
it.
care.
I loved it when Mark McGwire took steroids and hit 90 home runs in a year. It was fantastic. It made it for an exciting season.
Baseball was good again.
I don't care what they did. They could have had robot arms and legs, cork bats, steroids in their ass, whatever they need to hit the home runs. Keep hitting home runs because it's exciting. I don't want to see anybody hit foul balls and pop-ups.
Calm down. It was just a comment.
So anyway, I like Peyton. But I want him to retire before he gets hurt, and I think his competitiveness keeps him coming back. And I've heard this talk already, nonsense that L.A., the Rams.
I think it'll be one more year in St. Louis.
No, I think they're
No,
gone
they're
now.
going.
They're straight L.A.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oakland's
next-
going to be.
Yeah.
They're
And
gonna
San Diego is staying in San Diego.
Okay.
And Oakland's going where? They're staying in Oakland, or they're going to L.A. too?
I think they're going to. They're going to. Well, because there's no new stadium to play at yet, so
Right,
they're going to
they're-
play in Oakland, I believe.
Because I think the Rams are going to play where, at UCLA or something.
Yeah, some
like
college
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah. Which is
that? So
crazy.
I don't want them. I don't want Manning to come back for another year because he's going to get even more injured. It's just going to get worse.
If he doesn't win, he's going. He's going there. Denver's going to pass him up because I think Brock Osweiler is going to be.
Brock also.
Is
Brock Romolo.
I think he's going to be. They drafted him to be next in line. They picked
Right.
him up.
Well,
But if Manning doesn't win, he's out of Denver. He's probably going to go to St. Louis, or he's going to get a job in a second on TV.
let's face it, he lucked out to get to the Super Bowl this year because of that defense and some bad plays by the Steelers and everything else that got him there. But we won't.
he
And a concussion by Burfunked or whatever the hell his name is.
Listen, we're homers, so we're going to talk about Pittsburgh.
Not me. For those of you that don't know, I'm an all Chicago sports team fan.
But anyways,
And the Bears suck.
they had to beat New England. Like that was
They
game. You know, that was a game you had to beat
But their defense played really well that game. They shut down Brady, and they might be able to do that against Cam Newton. So it could be a surprise.
Denver's got a fast line, and that could possibly cause hiccups in Cam Newton's.
But I do like
game.
Cam Newton, and I really wouldn't be upset if they won either because he's a good guy too. He's a good kid. A lot of good players on that team. I like Greg Olson. There's a lot of ex-Bears on that team, so that's why.
Well, even the coach was 85.
the coach Ronnie Rivera was a legend in '85, so I have no problem with him winning a Super Bowl either, or Peanut Tillman or any of the other guys.
Peanut Tillman.
Charles Tillman,
I didn't know they called him Peanut.
that's his nickname. So I wouldn't be. It's a win-win. I don't really care who wins.
All right, so if it's a win-win, let's do a little betting. So I don't know what the over. Let's just.
I don't know if we can do betting on here. Is that against the law?
I've been singing.
Can I never gamble?
So let's do. Justin, I think our stats man's looking up the line, and also too, I don't know how the line works.
I have no clue how the line works.
So let's just say, who do you think is going to win, and what do you think the score is going to be?
Okay.
So what do you think?
You're gonna write it down on your.
Yeah,
pad
I'm going to
there?
write it down, and we'll bring it up afterwards.
I think the score.
Because you know what we'll do is I'll keep track.
Did
of
you
these.
want to know mine, or you just get?
I interrupt you one damn time. And you've been running your mouth like a machine
I
gun.
just had to say it. All right, so go. What are you gonna say?
No, you go first. Pick who you're going to win and points.
I think the Broncos are gonna win,
All right, Denver,
and I like the score 24-20.
24-20.
3 touchdowns from Manning,
I'm not. All right, I'm not keeping track of it.
and that's it.
You think he hasn't thrown 3 touchdowns in the game all
I
season?
think this is his year. I think the NFL loves the story.
Oh, well, I mean, look
It's
at Ray
always
Lewis.
yeah.
There's Jerome Bettis.
There's the Ray Lewis thing, the Jerome Bettis thing.
Ray
So are
Lewis
we-
stabbed a man.
So are we insinuating that the NFL is fixing games?
I don't think
I don't think there's a
I don't
sport
think
that
it's
doesn't-
all fixed, but I think sometimes there's interference from somewhere. It makes no sense. Look at those Green Bay games. How do you get 2 guys wide open for Hail Mary passes?
Oh yeah.
Even a child would know. Let's have everyone cover, not 2 guys in the end zone. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the NFL likes a story, and the Peyton Manning story is a good story this year.
Yeah.
Coming back from injury, everybody thought he was done, wins the Super Bowl, retires, end the story. Mm-hmm. Him and Bettis go in the back and laugh about how great it is when the NFL helps you win a Super Bowl.
I agree, but I just don't think I think Manning can't handle it. I think Manning is a little fragile.
Well, that's the thing. He's known for not playing well in a Super Bowl unless he's playing the Bears. That's his only win.
His only win.
So right now the spread is 6 points, and
Who are these stats are brought to you by who?
SB Nation.
Oh, I was Gino's Pizza Rolls or something like that. Do we have sponsors?
We
yet?
don't have sponsors
No, okay,
yet.
no
We
sponsors.
have no viewers. Or
Brought to
listeners.
you by
So
nobody.
we don't have sponsors. Spread is 6 points, and Carolina's up is the favorite.
Okay.
I personally think Carolina is going to do it. Score.
They're going to score. They're going to do it.
I think they're going to do it. They're going to score.
And they might play a game of football.
He is talking about football, ladies and gentlemen.
31-17.
Wow, 31-17.
I think Carolina is going to be too much for Denver's defense. But I don't care. I like Manning too. He's
pointing again.
I like Manning as well. I have some Manning fatigue though. I'm sick of seeing him on
you're
Nationwide. I'm sick of seeing him. Shut up. I'm sick of seeing him on Nationwide commercials. I'm sick of seeing him on Papa John's commercials.
But he's likable.
If he wins the Super Bowl, he's going to disappear off into his ranch in 6,000 acres wherever
No,
he
he's
goes.
not. He's going to be on like NBC or Fox. One of them is
ESPN's
going
to scoop him up and pay him.
See, I think Fox or CBS will throw the big money at him.
And let's set the story straight here.
How can you not?
I watch about 3 hours of football a year.
What kind of human being isn't entertained by a Peyton Manning commercial? He is so likable.
I loved them when they first started, and there's too much. It's out there. It's like those stupid top 40
This coming from a
songs that
guy
they
who
play
can
on-
play the same game
I know.
for 80 hours straight is bored by a
I am
20-second Papa John's
I am a
commercial.
walking contradiction. I understand that.
You
But
are.
I'm bored of Peyton
I love
Manning.
it. Peyton Manning could do any commercial for me. Anything. He could come on for everything. I'd be like, all right, this is
Tampons.
fun. Tampons, sure. Peyton Manning loves tampons. These tampons absorb really well, and I'd be fine with it. Nothing takes away that fishy smell.
Wow.
That's coming out.
No, leave that in. That's gold, baby. It's gold.
See, I don't know. I don't know what to go because Cam Newton. I want to sway Denver because I do like Denver. I don't know. I think Carolina's going to do 21. It's going to be like 21-14.
So you think 21-14?
Yeah.
Who?
Carolina.
Carolina.
You think it's going to be just simply touchdowns?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know.
All right.
It's going to be Simply Touchdowns. That's the name of a new TV show. Simply Touchdowns.
Touchdowns.
Welcome to Simply Touchdowns with Justin, with the cheese.
Oh, it's almost as
Today
good
on
as-
Simply Touchdowns, we're going to talk about how easy it is to score a touchdown on Simply Touchdowns.
There's always 2-point conversions or
Oh,
field
yeah,
goals.
There's tons of
or-
those.
Oh.
Every game, there's so many 2-point
There's so many home runs and foul balls.
There's going to be at least a couple foul
hat
shots.
tricks and sports with Justin.
Three-pointers.
Score goal units. They scored another goal unit on that one. What period are they in? This will be good.
All right, so we have our
That
predictions.
Super Bowl, man, it got to the 9th inning, and I was like, wow, is this period ever going to end? Score another goal unit point.
I don't watch a lot of sports.
He doesn't. And if he does, he tweets about it.
Let's go Pens. Let's go Pens.
Let's go Pens. Let's go Pens. Let's go Pens. We get it. The Penguins are on.
3 years. 4 years. When the hell I ever did that.
Yeah.
And he's putting numbers on his hands just now for that.
Yeah, so we can see
more
how many-
visual things from the.
All right. So there's one more important thing. Stop it. There's one more important thing at the Super Bowl.
What?
Well, there's the halftime show that I don't think anybody cares about because it's Coldplay.
Christ almighty.
Because
Coldplay.
everyone loves America's sport to be performed by.
By a bunch of English guys
Yeah.
who are like, I thought this was a soccer game. What are we doing here?
So no one cares about that. So
But let's
then-
just face it. If you're going to do a halftime show, you get Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake, and you call it a day. Because who's going to entertain a crowd more than those?
The History of Rap,
Yeah.
Volume 1.
You know what entertained me last year? Katy Perry on part of Voltron was pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty good. Actually, I thought Bruno Mars a couple years ago did a really good job.
There you go.
He was entertaining. That kid can can perform.
He's a performer.
He's like a young Michael Jackson.
Let's hopefully
Let's hope he has a better.
keeps his head straight.
Hey, leave the King of Pop alone. But anyway.
So what commercials are we expecting to see out of this?
I'm expecting some really horrible Budweiser commercials.
So is it going to be a sensitive horse football analogy?
There will definitely be a sensitive horse, something with a dog that makes everybody laugh.
Well, that's the Heinz commercial. Have you seen the new Heinz
Oh
commercial?
yeah, because there's a bunch of dogs dressed up like hot dogs.
Yeah, all that
And
weird
people
stuff.
dressed up as ketchup bottles.
Oh Jesus.
It's
God.
it's insane.
I think that the commercials get really lousy every year. I mean, the Budweiser guys were a long time ago, let's face it.
I miss the Bud Bowl.
The Bud Bowl was great. They don't do any of that fun stuff anymore.
No.
You can't have anything raunchy.
Yeah, and there's no GoDaddy.
Janet Jackson's boob ruined raunchy
She
stuff
did.
for us.
He did, so it'll
that
be some stupid Doritos commercial.
Yeah.
Where someone gets orange Dorito dust all over them, and
Yeah.
something. So many life insurance and like stock market commercials.
There will
a ton
be
of stock
there
market.
will be a raunchy Hardee's commercial.
Oh, like those
with like
those,
Paris Hilton in a bikini or
Paris Hilton. When was the last time Paris Hilton was? Of all the hot girls to pick, Charlotte
did that.
McKinney and all these other hot girls.
like Kate Upton did
Kate
one.
Upton, Paris Hilton. If I turn into the Super Bowl and Paris Hilton is taking her clothes off, someone come shoot me. Paris Hilton.
Now
you
I'm
know
sh-
what? I hope.
No, John, I'm sure during the Super Bowl, Paris Hilton will be taking her clothes off somewhere, but it just might not be in a commercial.
Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton. That's the name he went with. Paris Hilton. Oh my God.
She did the Super Bowl commercial 2 or 3 years ago.
Christ,
10
Paris-
years ago.
Yeah,
It
like
wasn't 10
20
years
years ago.
No,
probably.
it wasn't.
40 years ago. When
Paris Hilton. And then Rebecca De Mornay is going to show up too and do a sexy commercial. Oh my God, Christ. Paris Hilton. Yeah, oh,
it's
great.
Carl's Jr., right? It's not
Yeah,
Hardee's.
yeah. It's Carl's Jr. Imagine Carl's Jr. Do you know who Charlotte McKinney is who did the Carl's Jr. commercials?
I mean,
she looks like Kate Upton. She's blonde, big boobs,
Yeah, no,
sexy.
I'm sure that they're
so
all hot
instead of
chicks.
getting her, they're like, you know what? You ought to get Paris Hilton. Isn't she 45, 50 years old now? No, she's hot, man. She made that videotape, A Night in Paris. Oh, that was 1999.
Stats Man's looking it up.
Oh, Paris Hilton. Oh, that's great.
So we're getting one.
And
raunchy-
Lionel Richie's daughter. Dig her ass up and put her on there, too.
Lionel Richie's
It was
daughter.
3 years ago. It was in 2012.
She did a commercial.
That was
She did
4
a
years
Carl's
ago.
Jr.
Because it's
Well,
2000.
yeah,
But it was like a goof commercial. It wasn't like she's sexy, was it? Was it?
Oh, now he's showing.
Yeah, I don't know. That, I remember that commercial. That was like she still got it kind of a thing, but she didn't.
She still got a hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hey, that girl still got it. What'd she have? A hamburger?
Oh my God, that's funny.
All right,
we're- so the big question is
there gonna be any movie?
there going to be cold nerd movie Super, which really is the only reason we're watching the Super Bowl? Because really, I give a shit once.
I like to bet on the Super Bowl.
I do
like,
too, but once the Bears are eliminated from playoffs, which is usually the second week of September, then I'm usually done paying attention to football other than fantasy.
Well, I mean, much like the Bears, you have the same fantasy record
Right?
as the Bears.
Yeah, I have about the same.
Not
fantasy
not
record.
everybody
can be champion.
2-time.
Like Ken.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
which-
then lose to a girl this year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not lose to that same girl?
I lost to my wife.
Yeah,
I threw the game. No,
Oh,
I didn't. I lost for real.
that's one person you have to worry about listening to this podcast is your wife.
No, definitely. I could say whatever I want about it right now. No one will never hear. But yeah, nerd commercials are really the thing that I love.
What does
Ever
it be
since
nerd?
like
It's gonna be movie. What
movie, yeah,
Yeah.
which became a big deal really when like
with Avengers?
maybe a little bit before that. Comic book movies started Super Bowl movies being a big deal.
Well, because it lines up right. So the first comic movie of the year typically is Free Comic Book Day weekend, which is the first weekend in May.
Correct.
So Cap.
That's the big movie kickoff of the summer.
Yeah. So, and in the comic book, business, Free Comic Book Weekend, Free Comic Book Day is the first Saturday in May. It's our biggest weekend of the year. They usually do a comic book that kicks off with the movie, and it's a whole shindig. And it's
Shindig.
It's a whole shindig. It's a big hoopla.
Another word we didn't think was going to make it in there. Guerrilla marketing and shindigs.
But that, with it being, the beginning of February.
Now that the Super Bowl is like the biggest money draw and all that around, I mean, it's huge.
Because there was Avengers 2, all that stuff. Oh, no, the Avengers 2 was somewhere else.
What it was at the Super. Well, maybe Disney didn't show it because they didn't. There was a reason for that. I can't remember that.
They decided to do it during Agents of Shield, or so they saved it.
Avengers 2 was last year, right?
Yeah, but they didn't preview it during.
The Transformer movies are notorious for Super Bowls. They were
not Jason Bay,
Jason Bay.
the old left
Nothing
field.
like old left fielder for the Pirates, Jason Bay. Michael Bay. Loves Super Bowl movie time.
So will we get a Turtles? We'll get a Turtles.
I think we're gonna get a Turtles.
We get to see Jason or what's his name? Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell.
Justin's lover and the guy he worships.
I've never seen anyone look just like themselves in a movie. Like, here's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles starting Stephen Amell.
As himself. As the Arrow.
With a hockey stick.
With a hockey stick. But my prediction, I think we're going to see a much-awaited appearance of Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War.
I don't think so. I think Disney's done with that.
You think Disney's done altogether with Super Bowl?
I think so.
I don't.
Whoa.
I don't know if we'll see any new footage, but I know there's going to be a Cap 3 trailer.
Well, let me tell you this.
If
If they don't show it for the Super Bowl, they'll show it online like the day before or the day after.
Yeah.
Around that time. Because they did that last year with Age of Ultron. They didn't show it at the Super Bowl, then they showed it on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Like the next day.
Well, they tried to do that, but then remember it leaked online, so they tweeted it out, the full 3D versions with like "Damn it, Hydra" as the
Hydra.
caption.
Oh yeah, because someone leaked it.
You know what? You do have a good point. They might not show it now since they'll try to do it like during Agent Carter or Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think that Disney is making a conscious effort to pull out of big time things. Like they pulled out of San Diego Comic-Con to do their D12 summit.
Yeah.
So they don't do any previews there. There's no Marvel presence. They do it all to D12.
Right.
And I think that they're done with it. I don't think you're going to see it at all.
You got a good point. Ken made a good point. Remember this day.
I'm going to mark this in my legal pad.
That I agreed. So I think we'll see
Turtles?
Ghostbusters. Because they've been tweeting out images of that a lot lately.
I'm excited for that movie. A lot of people bust nuts on that.
I like the idea. I think it's going to be cool.
I think it's going to be good. I like the female cast. I like everybody in that.
Who's that? The cast is good, but that one girl is tall. She looks like they got, I don't know, the refrigerator Perry.
Black girl?
Yeah, from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
she's funny.
She's funny.
But she towers over the rest of the cast.
Big girl, yeah. And I think
she's
that'll
gonna
be
good
good.
enforcer if that's what they have her in.
I think you'll see also. What about Batman vs Superman?
That could be one where that could, yeah.
You think maybe they give you a sneak peek of some
a
sneak peek of some of the other Justice League members?
I don't think so. I think they're done with new footage. It comes out in a month and a half.
And they've leaked a lot.
I think they're done.
Maybe
with
they'll give you a quick flash shot.
I think they're done with new footage.
Just flashing some Batman nuts. Hey, Superman flashed on them.
What I think we're gonna get a new Suicide Squad trailer.
They just gave us one.
Like
2 weeks ago.
It'll either be that one or it'll be that one with more footage.
That movie is already annoying me.
And that trailer with Bohemian Rhapsody and all this other. And hey, here's Will Smith in a comic book movie. Hey,
you know
he
what it
has
is?
his mask off again, walking around. Is that Will Smith in a comic book movie?
That's almost as bad as it's Will Smith in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's all it is. What's this movie called? This is called the Will Smith comic book movie because Will Smith wanted to get in a movie, so let's put Will Smith in a movie. That's all it is.
The drinking
Say
game at
Will
home should be
Smith one more time.
Say Will Smith one more time. That's all it is, though. You watch the trailer, you know that mask is not going to stay on.
It's going to be on for one scene when he shoots someone, and then he rips it off
And
dramatically.
if you read any comic books and see Deadshot, I can't even tell you what he looks like in the comic.
No, you've never seen his
Always
face.
has his mask on because he's an assassin.
Yeah.
Assassins aren't walking around with their face out all the time.
And if I remember correctly, Deadshot's that eyepiece on his mask is embedded into his head.
Right.
And his face is all scarred because something blew up and went into
Yeah,
his
and he
head.
doesn't have an eye.
That's like the scope is
so
his
he
eye.
keeps the rest of the mask on all the time, and this is going to be the typical.
Will Smith.
I'm Will Smith. You're not going to cover my face. So
Then how is they going to know it's me?
yeah, you got to know that it's me. I don't know. I think Don't get me wrong. I like Will Smith, and I think he's good in movies. I don't know why he didn't pick a better character to play than Deadshot. I think he's only in that movie because he's having sex with Margot Robbie.
Like on the side?
Yeah, I think they were in that. What was
Well,
that
they've
movie?
been in
they
like
did again?
4 movies together now.
They did
Oh,
that
really?
movie together in Pittsburgh. What was that movie called?
Oh.
Not Concussion, the one before that.
Well, she wasn't in
Focus.
Concussion. Yeah, Focus.
Jack
Again,
Reacher.
Not Jack
Batman.
Reacher around. Not that. Not Pittsburgh Batman either. It was Focus.
Focus. Yeah.
And that's where him and Margot Robbie are just having sex the whole movie.
Oh.
And it's been known that him and Jada Pinkett have an open.
How's it like? How do
Yeah.
People talk
it's-
about that all the
it's-
time. That the two of them have such a happy marriage because they just bang whoever they feel like, and everything's fine.
Okay, well, you've heard it here.
So I think he just.
Allegedly.
I think Margot
Allegedly.
Robbie is like his chick, and she's like, "Look, do you want to be in Suicide Squad?" And he's like, "Man, whatever. I don't care." Why would he not want to be in Independence Day 2? That was a movie that made him as a movie star.
Yeah, well, you might be past it. I don't know.
The big thing going around is that he didn't pass. They passed on him.
I don't buy that for one
The
second.
reason they passed on him is because he wanted like Robert Downey Jr. Avenger. He wanted like $70 million
I
to
would've
make
gave
it.
to him.
He wanted all his family to be in the movie.
Wow,
He
here we
wanted
go
like
with him.
executive producer rights. He basically, from what the stories that I've heard through podcasts and different things,
Oh, tell us, stats man.
he walked in there like, I'm Will Smith. I made this movie. You're going to give me all this, or I'm not going to do it. And
Well,
they went,
that actually sounds a lot like Will Smith, so I believe
and they
you on
went,
that one.
okay, we'll find some other story to do. Thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah, that's a little nuts. That's a little mental. I mean, you got to give and take a little bit there.
It's snowing.
Oh, all right. Well, thanks, kid. Let's get the hell out of here. It's snowing.
That's the weather update for this day. You won't even be listening to it on the
Time
same
and
day.
weather. 10:57, 32 degrees.
How long have we been doing
and-
this?
I know.
An hour and 6 minutes.
Oh, this is past our.
I think it's time to wrap it up there, boys.
I think we've got some silence and stuff in here that we can edit.
What was your
there's-
final topic?
The final topic is so. Dawn today at work.
I have to tell this.
You have
story.
to because we haven't heard the story yet. This
All
is the first time. So you gotta tell
What's
us.
the transition here? What's this called?
All right, so Dawn's gonna have a segment. He used to have a very popular post on his Facebook page called Dawn used to have a clean bum movement where
It was a fresh bum movement.
fresh bum movement.
Which
Sorry.
I'll give you a little background is.
Oh, here we go.
Is I don't understand why we have dry toilet paper. For the life of me, I can't figure this one out. I don't know why we don't all use, and I don't want to hear anybody, which I'm not going to hear anybody,
Because no
tell
one's
me that
listening
it's
to
a
this.
problem with septic tanks or that bullshit or any of that stuff. Figure it out. Flushable wipes are the future. Everybody should be using one because if right now I took a turd and wiped it on your arm and then I gave you some shitty toilet paper and I said, here, clean that shit off your arm and you wiped it off, your arm's dirty. It smells. It's stinky. It's horrible. It didn't get clean. But if I give you a nice, fresh, fragrance wipe, now your arm is nice and clean and you'll move on and you'll be happy till you can go home to get a shower. And that's what a flushable wipe does for you. So I started posting on Facebook about flushable wipes because they're a great idea. And we call it the fresh bum movement because everybody's walking around with a dirty ass and you think you're clean. So you got to wipe. So anyway, I bring my wipes to work. I'm not going to tell you where I work. And I use them to freshen myself. All my children use it. Not the TV show, not the
My children.
not the soap opera. They don't use it. I don't know what they do. They might have dirty
All
ass.
the stars of all my
I can't validate the cleanliness of the All My Children cast in their ass. But my kids use it, and it's great. So I went to the restroom today, of course, flushable wipes in hand.
And let's just say we're not going to talk about where you work, but you work in a very large corporate atmosphere,
Very large corporate atmosphere.
And-
a very big, popular building in downtown Pittsburgh.
and it's a global company.
Yes.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
And as I was entering an area where I'm going to do finger quotes, but I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm not like Justin, I'm just going to point. And professionals work there. Professional people. These are people that, in order to have a job there, had to have some version of schooling, maybe not a lot, you would say, Justin? A little bit? Some training?
I'll tell you
Training of some sort.
Most major corporations nowadays, you've got to have at least a bachelor's degree for them
Something.
to even interview you.
Some kind of a degree to work there. And as I walked into the stall, I might throw up when I say this because I almost threw up earlier. Even talking about it, I'm going to start gagging. There was human shit on the side of the toilet, on the side of the wall, the tile wall, where someone grabbed a turd and wiped it all along the wall because there was chunks. I'm going to get sick talking about it. Chunks of turds on the wall, smeared with a hand. Not just like I took a turd, I wiped my ass. Because my wife and I had this argument. She's like, maybe they just wiped their ass. No, it wasn't an ass wipe. It wasn't like, oh, I wiped my hand with my butt. Because, we have some people from the country of India that work on our floor. And we've been known that they don't use toilet paper. Some of them, I'm not saying everybody. And there's been talks where, people have said, well, some people from an Indian culture use their hand and wash their hand. It wasn't that. It wasn't any of those good people. It was some maniac grabbing a turd out of a toilet and smearing it on a wall for whatever reason it was. I don't know if you're angry.
Was it a design? Or was
no,
it just...
it looked like a left to right swipe. Like a turd smashed into the tile and then smeared, and then whatever was left stuck to the wall.
So you
to the
clearly...
right was a giant chunk of turd.
So if you put your hand in mud and you pulled it away, you get those little spikes?
Yes.
There were
spikes. If you picked up a turd and rubbed it against the wall, envision that's what it looks like. And it stunk so bad, it was horrible. So my instant reaction was gagging and screaming.
Then posting on Facebook.
And yelling, oh my God, there's a turd on the wall. And the shocking thing is that no one cared. That everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Like something's wrong with me. Like the guy next to me, all regular business people were looking at me like, what are you yelling about? It's just a turd on the wall. And I'm screaming, oh my God, there's a fucking turd on the wall. I actually said the F word. I was yelling and was raw, making these gagging sounds. And
Dawn gagging noises are the best because it's pretty much
I was going crazy. I put my face in my shirt and no one cared. So after I did my business in another stall and left, I walked by. There's someone sitting in the stall. And I'm like, what are you doing in that stall? So I left. Come back. Being a diabetic, I pee like every hour. So I come back in, and it's still there. So I had to run by it real fast because I was getting sick. And when I go past it, this guy comes in, and he just looks at me and then walks into the stall. And I'm standing there waiting like he's going to overreact here and go like me and run out. Excuse me, because I burped into the microphone. But then he just, calmly just keeps staying in there doing his business. And I'm thinking, how are you sitting in there? There's 5 other open stalls, and you're in there with turd wiped on the wall. And not even care. So it made me think, am I the only person that's bothered by human turds on the wall? And apparently I'm not, because I posted on Facebook, and a lot of people were grossed out by it.
Could you have been hallucinating? Or are you the only one that saw the turd?
No, because he talked to the cleaning guy.
Because end of the day... There's a cleaning guy in there, this poor old man, this poor bastard. I mean, my God. He's in there cleaning this stuff off the wall with a sponge. And, to get the bulk off, he had to grab it with a rag. And it's horrible. So he's cleaning. I said, oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. And he said, there's some, and I quote, fucking disgusting people on this floor. And I said, you ever seen anything like this? And he said to me, this is an ongoing thing happening on our floor right now.
And this isn't something where they could have just walked in and went to your floor.
No, there is a pooper on our floor. There's a poop smear going around on our floor.
Now, when I used to work...
And our floor is a secured floor, so you need a card to get on it.
So you can't have just like a random city street person.
So one of these people in a business cube is smearing shit on a wall, and that's what they like to do.
So...
You need to become... the floor monitor, and you need to walk
from the hall monitor
from cube to cube,
smelling,
just outright accusing to see how they react.
Well, just think about this horrific thing. If he's smearing shit on a wall, he's not washing his hand. Who's he touching then? He's touching the doorknobs and all that to get out. So of course I didn't touch any doorknobs in a way. I was kicking doors open, getting in and out of places.
When I used to work at Toys R Us 100 years ago, we used to have a guy that would come in and do this. And there, because I was the guy that worked in the back room, I was like 18 at the time. We would take the hose from the slop sink and just spray the entire bathroom down.
Yeah.
And we used to call him the Mad Pooper because he would just come in and smear his own poop on the wall.
Ken, I used to also clean bathrooms a long time ago for Parks and Recreation up there in Newcastle, PA.
Oh, shout out to Newcastle.
And we used to have mentally handicapped children that would come into a bathroom and use a public bathroom, and they still didn't smear poop on the wall. I mean, they would accidentally shit on a seat, but that's an accident. Or step in it because it fall off the toilet. These are accidents that mentally challenged kids are having. This isn't reaching in the toilet or shitting right directly into your hand, whatever you do, and then smearing it on the wall. And someone was like, maybe they're angry at their job. How's that taking it out? I almost said the company name. How's that taking it out on them? They don't own that building. Why is it taking it out on them?
Yeah.
They don't pay for the cleaning. And if you're that mad, go shoot somebody, for Christ's sakes. Like a regular human being.
We don't condone this. Yeah. We don't condone shooting people.
You know what I mean? If you're going to get angry, go fire a gun somewhere or whatever and get yourself killed. What are you smearing shit for? How's that going to... What's that doing? I think it's a sexual thing. I think people have, like, fetishes, and that's a weird fetish. Like, they love it. They're, writing their name on there.
I think that's even creepier than just doing it for no reason.
I'd rather...
Yeah. Well, who does it for no reason? There's got to be a reason to put your hand underneath in there and grab that out and put it on. Anyway, it was a hell of a story. I'll have more poop stories to look for.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be an ongoing...
Probably wrap up this 3-hour podcast.
He's going to clean some stuff up, he said, in post.
I'm going to try.
In post.
He's going to try.
Or we could do the first. It's going to be long. We're going to try to keep it to 45 minutes.
I'm just proud that I have a 15-second intro for us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 15-second intro.
15 seconds. All right, so has anyone got anything else?
No, I think I talked a lot.
Yeah, you did.
This was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Even if no one listens to it, I just like doing it for myself.
You like doing yourself? Is that how you're going to end it? What did you just say?
Yep, that's it.
Even though nobody's going to listen, he liked doing it for himself.
Okay, thanks, Cheese. Appreciate it. All right.
Statsman McGee over here. He's got us.
Ken, thanks for having me on the Ken Frederick Show.
See, I always feel like I have to explain that I didn't come up with the name of the show.
I came up with the name because this is why. Me and Justin have stupid names. My first name is dumb. It's boring and stupid. Justin has a nice name, but his last name, which we won't say yet, I don't know if you want your last name said, is weird, and it doesn't. And my last name's weird, and it just sounds really weird.
So I'm the only one that's got to have their whole name.
You
out there?
have a nice, succinct name. It's 3 syllables. Ken Frederick. It sounds professional. Sounds good. That's why we went with it because I like it.
Right.
And this is your store. We're in your comic book store, so
okay. Well,
and there you go.
That's been episode 1 of the Ken Frederick podcast, the show. If you want to sponsor us,
some knuckle cracking.
There's more. I've never seen you crack your knuckles so many times in your life.
And point them towards the microphone.
Yeah, you're literally just going. All right.
Well, this is Dawn saying goodbye. Have a good week.
This is Justin, a.k.a. The Cheese. Thank you.
Get in those catchphrases. All right. So hopefully we'll do another one of these in about a week.
Or a year from now.
Or a year.
See you later.